Mr. Bashline in the house. You got to be kidding me. How you doing, Dawn? Glad to see you here, buddy. Good evening, everybody. It's almost time for Bike Night. We got about 2 minutes on the clock. I'm your host. I'm actually not your host. What am I saying? This show, I'm just your engineer, Chris, but that's good enough for my gig. I'll get paid at the end of the night. You guys stick around, man. We got a great show coming up. An unbelievable guest in the kitchen, in the Twisted Kitchen tonight. Don't go anywhere. 2 minutes, we're going live with this one. Bike Night Live coming at you. So good to see Bike Night filling up tonight, man. The lot's getting full. Cincinnati in the house. Mike Draco, always good to see you here, brother. Everybody from our Choppertown family, thanks for being in the house. All our Cycle Source fans, great to see you guys tonight. 30 seconds left. It looks like we're going to pull this one out of the station, get it rolling down the tracks. It's time for Bike Night Live. Here we go.
All right, we made it to Thursday night, folks. Bike Night Live. Can't believe. I mean, every time I make it to another Thursday, I think I've won some kind of frickin' award. God, man, the weeks are getting longer and longer. It's hot out here. I'm in Iowa, but we got Missy and Heather in the studio over there with Chris, and they are in Pennsylvania. We've got a great group. Hey, ladies. We got a great group of folks gathered up with us from all over the country. We got Shorty is going to be with us. Where is Shorty out of? Shorty, where are you coming at us from?
Shorty may still be having some problems.
Shorty, I think, he's having a little bit of problem.
I'm pretty sure Shorty's from Maryland area.
Yeah, his old lady might have shot him. She wasn't happy trying to help him with his phone there. We got Johnny Humphrey. Johnny in the house. Where are you coming from? Good to have you with us too. Dennis Stauber. If I don't have a guest tonight, this is going to be a short show. Do we have Dennis? Do we got
they're all there. They're all there.
They're all there. They just can't hear me, or they're just ignoring me. But the one guy I know we got all the time, because we're coming at this thing from Twisted Tea Studios, Billy Grotto with Twisted Tea. And Billy, how are you doing tonight? He's waving.
I'm good, Pat. How you doing?
There
brother?
we go. I like it. All right. We got some Billy there.
Time.
All right. I did have somebody. One person's going to talk to me tonight. I like that. It's good. That's usually the way it works. So one person a week on my calendar. But, man, I tell you, the bike nights are rolling around, and we've got some great bikes to look at tonight. I was looking particularly I was remembering, I think Missy was probably in on a photo shoot Michael Lichter did on one of Johnny's bikes, I know, that I was looking at. So I'm really excited about seeing that. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. But we're part of what we're going to start doing here, because now things are opening up on bike nights all over the country. Last week, Missy took us to some gopher hamster place, the Gerbil Ranch or something. She took us to the Gerbil Ranch, and she rode around with Richard Gere for a little bit. And now this week we're going all the way to Chicago, Chi-Town. I was born just outside of there in Naperville. we're with Gina Woods. We're gonna talk to Gina Woods, and she's gonna be live over there at a Bike Night in Chicago. Do we know what Bike Night Gina's gonna be at?
You know, she told me the name of it, but it's apparently like bike and car. It's a really big event that goes on. She was actually live on Choppertown just shortly before us with it. So I asked her to stick around so she could come back on.
Sweet. So, but we're going to be doing that. So, we're going to also be doing some trivia. We're going to be giving away some stuff. Eric Christensen's got some nice stuff for us from Spectra Oil. Is going to be giving away a shirt.
And I didn't make the questions this week, so maybe somebody will answer them.
Yeah, because last week you had to have a PhD.
I guess. I mean, like, everybody has Google. I don't understand.
They were
I was just saying, man, you know, this isn't trivia night at the bar where they're going to slap your wrist or kick you out for using your phone.
Hey, guys, we don't know that you're using Google. Just saying.
right.
That's right. Use it, win a T-shirt. We don't really give a shit.
Although,
It's,
like,
it's just for fun. I mean, if somebody knows it, that's great. And you can tell us, I knew that and I didn't Google it.
right. If we're not gonna like check. We're not gonna go to your search history.
No,
Google.
I'm not going to question it at all. I'm going to say, well, you're smarter than me. Because I don't know the answers to any of these damn questions that they ask.
Hey, Pat, we give you the answer.
Yeah, I'm the only questions that I get excited about anymore are when they ask me my personal information. I can remember my phone number, my address. I'm like a kindergartner. If you ask me those questions, like, what's your mother's name? Do you know where you live? I can do all of those, but that's all I got. Anything
I'm
else?
so proud of you.
You know,
And
I
that's
never
like-
had short-term memory. My long-term memory shot the hell now too.
And if it's any more than that, we pin a little note to his shirt.
Yeah.
Hey,
I
every
can't wait for
rally-
Sturgis. We're going to have to make a good list because he needs to know his address for the end of the night and
Right?
everything.
Hey, I will tell you this though. Matt Mondek, who was on last week with us, taught me this trick when we were out. He used to take a Sharpie and he'd write on both of our arms our hotel and our hotel rooms. So
No.
if we got really drunk while we were out, we
Yeah, you guys are never.
That's
You're
awesome.
never doing an event alone together.
So
Anything
they would
with the
just,
magazine.
Yeah.
somebody would see our arm, and we've had the most random people. Police officers love it though because it's like we don't have to arrest them; we just got to take them to his hotel, and the manager lets you in your room. You wake up the next morning and you're home.
And you're safe.
That's
That's a
awesome.
good idea.
That's a brilliant idea.
So Sharpie the address on your arm, and you'll never get lost.
we
So
should teach that to teenagers for spring break.
Yep. Write your address on there. So, and your mommy's name and number, and that'll get you home.
Now, I don't
Billy-
think I would want my daughter, my daughter to do that, because what if some guy at the bar happened to see it, followed her home, like
Yeah.
some bad things happen. Like Pat, I doubt somebody's gonna try and take advantage of a big
No,
strapping
because he
man
would
like
let them.
you.
Like,
Nobody, I will tell you, I never had a woman follow me home. That was never a problem. And I tell you, I've roofied myself. And all I do is I end up laying in the middle of a party, kind of wide awake, but I can't move. And people spilling drinks on me. Before, I've never been raped. I don't think they work. I don't know. I mean,
Renee
keep
Pilato is gonna try that idea. So Renee, you're gonna have to let us know if that works.
how that works, right?
Yeah.
Hi, Jonathan.
Hey, why don't we see what's up in Florida for a minute? Billy, give us the update.
Oh man, it is hot in Florida. Let me push back my camera a little bit. Yeah, today was like the hottest day of the year so far. And boy, did I pick the wrong day to throw boxes around in my warehouse. I should have stayed on the conference call I had all day in the AC. But, you know, hey, it's summertime, so can't complain about the heat. And life is good in
Right.
Florida.
hey, what's that building behind you?
It's a shed that I built
that your
during the
she
quarantine.
shed?
So I'll
Okay.
show you. So I built this shed during the quarantine, and when the quarantine kept going, I built this other shed during the quarantine. And then I built this this fence over here. Why don't I show you? I'll just show you everything. Why not?
The compound, yeah, because that looks
look at
like
that
something
fence.
you'd see.
Wow.
Wow, girls, he's even handy.
Dude, you're
built
coming to
the
my
fence.
joint.
Oh yeah,
What a
You got a
beautiful
little, you got a little
backyard.
paradise going on.
quarantine's
Billy.
been very, very good to me.
Hey, now I see where Twisted Tea shoots all those product videos and pictures at.
Right? It's Billy's backyard. Smoke and mirrors, baby.
Man, that's nice. You got it all going on there, man. That's nice. But that shed right over your shoulder looks like something you're going to keep a person in. Like you're going to
Yeah,
what the? Fuck yeah,
Somebody-
now you
What do
got
you do with all those models?
yeah.
He thought it was a sauna. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm building in
Yeah.
Florida. Outdoor sauna.
Well,
And
if
then
you
somebody-
go in there and shut the door, I bet it is.
I thought Florida was an outdoor sauna.
Sauna.
It's
Right?
like a sauna up in here. Yeah.
So
That is
real
just
quick,
beautiful.
Walter Curo, you're watching. I sent you a message. I went back. You did not send us your address or shirt size, so I can't send you a shirt until I have those two things.
Hey,
It's not my fault.
Rob Nussbaum is reminding us to say happy birthday, Chris Simmons,
Oh,
tonight.
you beat us to it. We were
gonna
gonna.
do that
Right.
during the segment.
Christopher,
Let's see.
Job.
Christopher, we're the host.
Yeah.
Settle down.
Okay.
Come on, Rob.
Ladies and gentlemen, my wife.
There you go.
Well,
You
if you
wish.
want me to do my job,
Hey,
cheers.
So who's our first guest?
Our first guest was Billy, because Billy, we've already had Billy, and I love Billy. Billy, I want to thank you for being with us. Billy, we're not letting Billy cook tonight, so I got to give him his props. Our first, I don't know how they wouldn't talk to me earlier. I'm gonna try to go with Johnny first. I'm feeling
look at
Johnny,
that.
even though.
You ask, and I will provide that for you.
Ah.
Boom.
Hey, Johnny.
Wow.
And we have been guaranteed that he at least has a shirt on. We don't know about anything else, but we know he has a shirt on. So,
Keep it above the waist.
Woo!
Pants too.
That was kind
Why
of
that
scary.
made me nervous, I don't know, but it did.
I got a little excited and then kind of let down, but that's okay. Johnny, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Where are you coming from? Where are you at, man?
I'm in Pennsylvania, like
Pennsylvania.
Lancaster County area.
Right on. And that's, I'm taking it that's your shop that you're in there.
Yes, I am.
Now, is your shop by your house, or are you
Right
separated?
behind.
Right behind.
Separated behind the house.
Yeah, that's nice. That's what I got. I got 300-foot commute. Yeah, I just walk to the shop. I love it every morning. The difference between you and I is when you go to the shop, you build beautiful things. I just go out and sit and get on social media. That's pretty much my shop time. So, but what have you got in your shop that you can show us, man? It's Bike Night, and we want to see some cool bikes.
All right, let me flip the screen around here. I got some stuff inside here.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Ooh.
We'll start out.
Ah,
We'll start out with the one that I did for Michael Lichter's show.
yes, I love that bike.
Yeah, that's the one I saw the pictures of. Yeah.
That one, I don't know. That was one of the last ones that I did. I thought that one was one that like kind of pulled all of myself together on that one. I know everybody's into the vintage engines and stuff, but for me, I could never afford these big motors back when this stuff was hot. So now that those things are cheap now, like that's a 131 in that.
Wow. I didn't know that.
It's like a 400-pound bike with that 131 in it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
So have you just gotten on that thing and have you really opened it up to see where?
when I had it at Florida, and there's a bunch of kids out like doing stunts and stuff while I was down there, and I was in third gear, just kind of rolling through, and they had the road blocked off, and I saw them videotaping and stuff, so I was like, just wanted to see what the thing would do, and I just laid into it in third gear, and it just up in a pile of smoke, like it didn't.
Oh,
even,
yeah. I can't believe you didn't lose your rear tire with a 131, just like a rubber band coming off of that thing.
The thing is absolutely, I don't know. I love it. It's amazing to ride. The thing's crazy.
5-speed or a 6-speed?
That's a 6-speed. And I
You
always,
go big,
most of my bikes, I run a 21-inch rear wheel with a 23 on the front. It's just, for me, I don't know, kind of fills in some of the gaps. I like that look.
Yeah, it's hot. Now, did you build that front end?
Yeah, the front end is actually a 39 millimeter Sportster front end.
Right.
And then I made like I guess you could call it like a faux girder.
Yeah.
But it works. It does, I mean, it goes up and down. I mean, it works exactly like, it should, but it really has no I would say mechanical purpose to the, front end, but
It's aesthetic. That's
yeah,
cool,
I mean,
man.
but-
cool. Though. I mean, that's just, it's out of the box. And I love the tank, man. The shape of that tank is just like nothing I've seen before. I mean, that's really cool.
I try to do, I've been at this a long time. It's been 20 years of me doing this. I just never really been able to get anywhere or go leave work and go someplace. So
right.
it's just tough for me to get out, but like all this stuff's all handmade. The frames are handmade, gas tanks, that's all aluminum, hand formed aluminum, the oil tank, the rear fender, everything's handmade, the exhaust, all that stuff. It's just stuff that I try to not use as much as possible of a catalog as I don't have to, just to, keep it more of a personal thing.
Right on. Now that's the latest bike. What's your favorite bike that you got there?
Well, that one's not quite the latest one. The last one that I finished was this Triumph.
Dude, I love this Triumph. I love this bike.
I love the exhaust.
Oh yeah, I love that Triumph.
This bike here, this bike was, this is actually for the guy that does my paint work. His name's Keith Decker. He gave me this bike, I don't know, maybe 5 years ago, because I was on him about doing it. And I'm like, let me do it. And oh my God, what bike do I drop the ball on? I dropped the ball on his, and he paints 3 of my other bikes prior to me finishing his bike. But I don't know, it was all worth it in the end. He was so happy when it was finished that, I don't know, he was just ecstatic. We were riding last week on it, and I kept looking at him like, you okay? And he just had this shit-eating grin on his face, and he wouldn't stop smiling.
That's a beautiful bike.
It was my first Triumph. I didn't know anything about Triumphs, but I don't know. It's just kind of how I roll. I'll figure it out.
Now, do you do all the mechanical stuff too?
As much as I possibly can. What I stay away from is bottom ends on motors. I let that to the guys that are professionals at that and have all the tools for that.
Pat, let's get the story on that truck.
Yeah,
what's
the truck?
What's up?
Playing frame.
Hello.
What's that?
Oh.
The truck is.
Hello. Look at that. Now, honey, if you loved me, that would be mine.
Oh wow.
I've had this.
Tell me about the truck.
I've had this thing for I don't know, maybe 18 years, something like that.
See, now it's time for you to pass it on. I'm just saying.
If he passes it on, it'll probably
honestly, it'd probably be better to pass it on because somebody would drive it, because I'm in here constantly, it's ridiculous.
When did you build it? Did you build it 18 years ago, or it's just over the course of 18
It's
years?
been on and off over the years. Just about 4 years ago, I did one of those LS swaps to it and put an LS motor in it.
Nice.
So it's all fuel injected, has disc brakes all the way around, air ride the whole way around.
4L60, or did you do a 5-speed or a 6-speed in it?
I did the 4L80, the heavier.
4L80.
Yeah.
That's a more reliable one there. So yeah, that's good.
Yeah. And I ended up doing actually went with the 4.8 too. I've had hot rods that I've driven back and forth to the racetrack. So I wanted something if I want to get in this thing and Chris says, hey, you're coming to our house for dinner tonight, I'm going to drive to Pittsburgh and get it. So,
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's awesome.
Hey, speaking of us hanging out together, I might be picking you up or meeting you on the way to New Jersey on Saturday, I understand.
I didn't hear back from you, but if you're down for it, it works for me.
Right on. I'll call you tomorrow morning and we'll talk it out.
Okay, that's fine.
That truck's looking killer. I had a 62 Caddy that I miss. I did the LS swap in it, and my shakedown run was from Atlanta to Viva Las Vegas out there in Las Vegas, Nevada. And 20 miles to the gallon, great power, air conditioning. Couldn't beat it, man. Couldn't beat it with a stick. So
yeah, I mean, honestly, what's that?
Oh, go ahead. Honestly, what?
Oh, honestly, I've had carburetors my whole life. and you go out, you got to set the choke, you start it, you know, and you wait, but you got to come out, undo the choke. Where now, like that thing, it can be 0 degrees out. I can go outside, turn the key, and I mean, it just pops instantly. Like it's probably one of the
deal, man. I tell you, I know a lot of guys hate all that. Oh, I'm gonna overdo that, but man, I tell you, if you want a driver, that's what you got to do in this day and age, man.
You really do, and they've got it down to an art now. I sent my harness out. I think it was like $360, and they sent it back with like a 4 or 5 wire hookup. Like it is the easiest thing.
Yeah,
it's easier than
my Cadillac. They said, "Are you going to run cruise control or throttle by wire?" And I said, "Well, yeah, I don't have cruise yet." And they said, "Well, we'll send you the." And so when I got the cruise control off a modern Cadillac, I just plugged it in and it went. Yeah, it's just too easy.
Yeah.
They make it too easy.
It really is, and I mean, I don't know. It's the best thing I ever did to that truck.
Now, what's that chopper in the back there with no engine in it?
What's that?
Where's that chopper hanging out behind the Triumph with no engine? What are you doing with that one?
The black bike that I showed you first.
Yeah.
I bought that piece of crap for the motor and the title. I bought that thing from a Harley dealership that it was traded in on a dresser.
And you paid $3,500 for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I buy them like that all the time, and all you can do is salvage the motor because the rest of the shit he doesn't fit on anything.
No, you can't. I tried using. I was going to use the right side drive on that bike, but I couldn't quite offset it enough and keep everything where I wanted it to be. But I would have used. It would have been the first Baker transmission I would have gotten my hands on, but it just didn't work out.
Yeah, man, I tell you, I've got a guy right now. He's got a big dog in the shop, and he bought it for $5,500. Thought he got a deal 2 years ago. Now he's got 13.5 in it after this last transmission went out of it. He's just like, you're in it now, buddy. You might as well just keep going. You're in it now. So
yeah, they're just not worth anything anymore.
No,
but the motors, I mean, the motors run exceptional.
Yeah. Now, all these your bikes or these customer bikes? What?
A couple of these are mine. Like the one that's up now, the 99 bike. This is actually the first bike that got me noticed. It was at the Smokeout in 2012. I did that amateur chop off for them.
Yeah.
And it was weird because Michael Lichter, I had met him there, and I've known who he was from magazines my whole life. But he came over to me and said, "Would you mind if I shot your bike?" And I was just floored because I've seen him shoot, you know, everybody who was anybody's bike. So for him to ask me, I was just like, "You've got to be kidding me." It was one of the highlights of my actual life, that moment right there.
Yeah. Well, you know, I tell people all the time, Michael Lichter does amazing work. But I think over the years, he's taken 1,000 pictures of me. I have never seen one. I sent him a message. I sent him a message one time and said, "Could you look through all your?"
If you go to his website and type your name in, then all of the pictures that he has of you will come up.
Really? I didn't know that. I sent him a message because I needed some for the website, and I said, "I'll pay you." He never responded.
Maybe he
doesn't like you.
Well, that's what I'm assuming.
How can he not like Pat Jansen?
It's a growing group of people, actually, and my family started the club. So, but you know, it doesn't seem to have hurt me. I'm sitting in my own bar, so I'm happy about that. But now, what is that bike? What is this? What is this? That's got an old Yamaha tank on it.
This is actually that has the Harley Rapido tank on it, the 125s. That this is actually a customer's bike. This is a 67 Ironhead. I am not a Sportster guy, but I'm trying to do it some justice. But this one here is a little different build for me. This is a lot of used parts, except for again, I went with my wheel size that I like to use, a 21 in the rear and a 23 in the front.
Now, why aren't you a Sportster guy, Johnny?
I'm just, I like the separation of the motor and the transmission. That unit motor, like where they're together, something about that just throws me off as far as like visualizing a build. But as far as like riding them, I'll ride anything.
Right.
I don't.
Chris has
Let me-
actually been working on divorcing the transmission from a Sportster. I know Paco does it with the
Evo,
Evo.
yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, this one here just was, like I said, it was a little different for me. I'm not real familiar with the Ironhead stuff. But,
Looks like you have a good start going on it. It looks
yeah,
good.
I'm really close to getting ready to tear down. I have some more things. I was working on transmission today, having a few issues with the transmission.
Somebody wants to know what lift that is.
This lift here is I think it's a direct lift, the black one.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a snap-on lift beside it.
Okay.
Snap-on's way to go if you want to get one that goes really high. And if you're tall like I am, snap-on lifts are way better.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, getting high in the shop, that's always important. So.
Thanks for your question, Nick.
Hey, listen, I've had that direct lift. That's a really, really good lift for the money. I mean, it's
Yeah, it is. It's hard to beat. I mean, it works really well. I have no complaints with that lift.
And mostly, I think for money, for smaller money than what the handy lift is, it comes with both side pieces. It's already extended. Like the handy, you have to get the chopper length. That's already chopper length, and it comes with side pieces and everything.
Yeah,
I really
because
dug
it has
mine.
that. Yeah, I don't have any issues with that lift. I like that lift a lot. Just the snap-on one, just like I said, it goes a lot. And with me being tall, it's just kind of nicer to work on.
Nick says he doesn't like his so much. He didn't say it quite that way, but
In his own words.
In his own words.
seriously though,
You can
I
read those
I
on
had
the
one.
screen.
I had one for years, and if one of my buddies didn't steal it off of me, I'd still have it.
Yeah, I've got a Harbor Freight lift. I got a Black Widow lift, and I've got an old handy lift, and then one I don't know what it is, but they're all too short, and none of them go high enough.
We have handy lifts right now, don't we, Chris? We have 3 handy lifts. Is that what I'm looking at?
Yes, we do.
That's what I thought.
Man,
One
that's
of them
nice.
is the extended for the chopper, and the choppers
know.
just fit on it.
Barely. Like, I think there's maybe a half inch to spare with the chopper.
Yeah, that's what I need now. I need to get one of those, but I just keep I just put a table behind it, because I'm white trash, kind of a redneck, so it works. So I'm a hillbilly, so it's hillbilly engineering. So, hey guys, Johnny, thank you for walking us around your shop, man. That's some cool stuff. Are you planning on being in Sturgis or any events here lately coming up?
Sturgis, I don't think we're going to be able to make it out there with everything that's going on. We were really hoping to get out there, but I don't think anybody was ready for what was going to happen here with the rest of the world.
Yeah.
But I know Tennessee, the Motorcycle Music and Revival that Bill Dodge puts on. If that goes, we definitely plan on being at that. And obviously Daytona when that comes up.
Right on, man. Well, we're looking forward to catching up with you live. But thank you so much for being with us. And
Don't go anywhere, though.
Don't
Stay
go
with us
anywhere.
for the rest of the show.
We're gonna pick up later. But right now, we're going to cut away. This is a bike night. So, we're going to do a little cooking later. We do look at some bikes. We chit chat. We bullshit. But we also listen to some good music. And so we're getting ready to have some good music coming up. So you guys hold on to what you got. Go get another beverage, tea, come back and enjoy the sound.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Jake Sherard.
My bad.
Austin, Texas. Hope you guys are having a good time with Bike Night. I'll play a couple songs for you here. Hope you enjoy. Say I am singing. The words say possible. I never do. Just need one more night next to you. Out of question. Ask no questions. love you because I don't. I don't love you. Selfish don't know about me. I can't love you like she loves. Don't talk crazy. Killing yourself. Goddamn thing. Tell me. I know a place to see. The storm's in. There's been a rain, 5 all day. No, now's not the best time. I just got to say I don't love you, yeah. Selfish don't know about me. I can't love you like she loves. Was it an accident? A broken heart, bullet my oh, she left, asked by the day. She be out of question, ask me no questions. I don't love you. Selfish, don't know about me. I can't love you like she love. I don't love you. Selfish, don't know about me.
Nice. Very nice. Very nice. Jake Sherard. Hey guys, you saw his Venmo stuff up there. We can the girls will try to throw that back up there. Like everybody else, Jake, has been down, hadn't been able to perform out and stuff. So man, give him some love, and if you enjoyed that, send him a little bit of jingle jangle. We're still here at Bike Nite Live. We got a great guest coming up, and
Wait, we got a special guest coming in. Hang on one second.
Yeah.
I think she's with us now. Gina, you there? Gina. This is just that night.
Well, hey, it's welcome to me. Is she there? Gina's in Chicago. I hope she's okay. It's a dangerous place.
Right.
My uncle lived there his whole life. He retired to Arkansas. He said, "Screw this! I can't. I got to get out of here. Someone's gonna shoot me."
Well,
and she's all right. Well,
Gina's here with us. We just need to get her audio on. Gina, we can't hear your audio. We can't hear your audio.
Somebody send her a text. I'll lip read for her.
Here, yeah, there. Point at your ears. No. Okay.
No sign language for I can't hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, we don't have her. You still trying, Chris?
Yeah, I am, but go ahead.
Okay, we'll just go ahead. Hey, now I got to know, this is like Bike Night. You never know who's going to show up and what time they're going to show up. But tonight we do have a really cool cooking segment that's going to be coming on. And there's a guy that's doing it. Usually Billy Grotto does it. Billy does a nice job. He's done stroopwafels. He's done candied bacon. He's done, what else has he done, girls? You guys get it all. You guys.
Oh, the pretzels.
Oh, the pretzels. What else did he do?
There we go.
Let's see. He did caramel pretzels. He did macaroons. He did pig on a twig.
He did
wings.
some wonderful sauce.
Yep. He did the barbecue sauce. He did some killer baked beans.
Macaroons.
I
Built
said
a
What was the
macaroons.
thing last week? The
He built a
street
fence.
Pretzels.
He built a compound so he can keep Twisted Tea models and sheds in his backyard. Somebody ought to notify him. But Billy, you're not cooking for us tonight. But who did Twisted Tea find to have cook for us tonight?
Well, let's say we went to the Old Black Waters.
Oh, Black Waters, keep on rolling.
We had to go through the Old Black Waters down to the China Grove.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh.
And there's a little
Very,
preview
very
up on the screen.
A very special guest, because I don't give up my utensils just for anybody, Pat.
I know you do.
I mean, this is the Twisted Tea kitchen, and it's going to take a long train running.
We love you, Billy.
I love you, Billy.
Billy, you thought a lot about this, man.
So I'm telling you, man, he's going to be taking it to the street. He's going to be taking you to Flavortown. So just get ready
Take it to the street.
for our
So
next
great.
chef.
We are so
Ready?
excited for this,
I'm ready. Tell me who it is.
We ready?
Go ahead. We're gonna
Go
just
ahead.
roll it.
You
All
just
right,
want to
cool.
roll it?
Sorry.
Gumbo for Gumby.
Oh, wait a minute.
don't
I gotta
realize-
cut
don't
back to
realize-
you. Yeah, I know. I'm blowing it tonight. I'm blowing it.
You're not, man. I love this. It just makes it more fun.
This is the pains of having your shit together. You think, and then all of a sudden it's just gone. Okay, here we go.
Everybody, Pat Simmons, I'm gonna make some gumbo this afternoon. People have been asking me about kind of one of the things I love to make. I love New Orleans and culture, but gumbo is a huge part of that culture. How I do it. I got my own recipe, but I've been eating it for years and I've taken a little bit of everybody's recipe and I come up with my own version. First of all, one of the most important things in gumbo is you got to make a roux. All roux is butter and flour. So I take flour and I'll probably use a cube of butter. And the flour I keep thickening it until I reach a point where it's kind of how I like it. I would say 4 or 5 tablespoons for me. I'm making 11 quarts. So it's a lot of soup. Okay, so here's all the ingredients anyway. I like to do everything organic. I really feel like I can since I'm making it. Right, Gumby? So I start out and I make my roux, and then I pour in some broth. So I'm using today I'm using chicken broth, bone broth. You can use vegetable broth if you want to. I'm using chicken broth. I like a little bit of tomato flavoring my gumbo. So I use strained tomatoes, crushed tomatoes. Onions. I use 3 of them. A pepper. You can use a green pepper. We got an orange pepper today. They kind of taste the same. A sweet kind of a pepper. I love that. Celery. A lot of celery. I like that. And then sausage is one of the meats I love to use. I've got chicken apple sausage that I'm going to use here. Organic. I also use Italian sausage. Gives it another taste that I think is really great. And you gotta have andouille sausage. It's kind of spicy. We're going to use fresh okra today. Island grown fresh okra. I think that's going to be really great. It's a part of the traditional recipe for gumbo. It's a thickener, and southern identity vegetable, but it adds great flavor, and thickens the soup. The Marsala wine, gotta have it. I would say by the time I'm done, I've probably got a quarter.
So, Pat, come back on here for a second. There you go.
All right, there we go.
We're actually going to cut in the middle while I try to get that echo figured out, and we're actually going to bring on the man behind the spoons.
There you go. All right. So we actually have Pat Simmons here with us live. And if any of you don't know,
birthday girl, happy birthday to you.
You don't know who Pat Simmons is. It's Chris Summer Simmons' husband. That's how you know who Pat Simmons is. But he also is the father of an incredible musician named Pat Simmons Jr. You can hear him in Hawaii. So, but anyway, Pat, how are you tonight?
I'm good. Except for
Very
that
good.
last guest you had, that was so boring.
Oh no, it's great. We're gonna get back to it in a minute here. As soon as I had a stray audio device, so I'm fixing that up while you guys are talking.
Really,
Pat, we are
appreciate
so
you guys being
excited.
with us.
Oh,
And
sorry.
happy birthday, Chris. Yeah, happy birthday.
Thank you, guys.
Now, Pat, I got a story to tell you. I got a friend here in Des Moines who, Mike Essie, and Mike is a hot rod builder. And he has, I sent you a message about this, but I know you get a lot of messages from a lot of weirdos. And when my picture pops up on social media, I look like a weirdo.
Remember your
But anyway, Kate, he's got a special needs daughter. She's 33 years old. And I was helping him do some rust repair on a 79 Bronco a couple months ago. And the Doobie Brothers came on. But it was the newer Doobie Brothers, not the older Doobie Brothers.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
So, I don't know how sensitive all that still is for you, but Kate at 33, special needs, Doobie Brothers, favorite band of all time, hands down. And she said she jumps up, she hears the Doobie Brothers, she slams her fists on a table, and she said, "The Doobie Brothers, Pat Simmons is awesome, Michael McDonald's not so much." And so she made her dad go put in an older CD of the Doobie Brothers so she could hear you. But anyway, you have a huge fan in Kate, but she knows the Doobie Brothers inside and out.
Oh,
So
that's
you,
nice.
yeah, she just loves you to death. So anyway, I'll tell her you said hello. So
Yeah, tell her I said hi.
absolutely. So what's new in your world,
Mike,
man?
get lost.
Yeah, too
kid.
bad Mike isn't.
So what's going on with you and motorcycles right now, man? What are you doing with them?
I'm trying to find a 32 tooth gear for a 1939 Sport Scout Kickstart. So anybody out there? They made a 28 tooth and a 32 tooth. The 28 tooth goes for the magneto version, and the 32 is for the generator battery version. And somebody had a 28 tooth. It doesn't really work very good, and so I've been searching for a 32 tooth. I found one, but it was not the right one. The Chief is a little bit different from the Sport Scout. It's got a little higher collar on the back of it. So anyway, anybody out there with 32 tooth?
We need to get up with Doug Wafke. Doug Wafke down there in Alabama and Florida. He's probably using one as a coaster in his house someplace. He's got more shit laying around down there. It's just incredible the amount of stuff that he's collected for those old Indians. So, yeah. So we'll get out there. What? The cyber swap meet maybe one Sunday morning.
Cool.
Yeah,
Well,
the SWAT meet.
we'll do anything.
Yeah, we'll have to find you one of those. Now you don't have a shop anymore. And was it 1985? Now I'm going off of old memory here. When did you open your bike shop in California?
77.
Okay,
I opened it, and then we probably went to about 83.
Right on.
Nice.
That's so cool.
Man, that was a tough era to kind of be trying to open a bike shop. And were you doing Harleys?
It was, it was actually a kind of a good time. There was a lot of new interest in the, antiques and the vintage bikes. And I had a lot of friends that were always looking for stuff for, pan heads, knuckleheads, flatheads and stuff. And so that was kind of the thrust of what we were doing. I had a bunch of Indian parts, and it was kind of the advent of, some reproduction stuff going on. I think it was something called Triangle Indian Parts out in Illinois, and there was Colney Hill was another Indian place. The old timers probably remember this stuff. But what I used to do is I just, I plugged in all over Antique Cycle Supply. That was another place out in Michigan. Anyway, I hunted for parts and basket cases and stuff, and did a lot of deconstruction, reconstruction stuff, and I could put a lot of bikes on the road back then. Indians particularly, because there was a lot of guys in the area that had Indians who were having trouble finding parts, and I really got into it. It was so much. It was really a lot of fun. Didn't make enough money to keep it going very long, but I had a ball doing it.
Yeah.
So we got the lights on. That's the goal.
That sounds just like motorcycling today.
That is.
So,
if it wasn't for
Walter-
my wife, I wouldn't have a shop. That's for sure. So she pays the bill.
So, Pat, Walter Curro said to call
Robin Markey
Robin Markey
for your Scout
for
Sprocket.
your Scout Sprocket.
Robin Markey. Got that memorized.
I'll send you a message, Chris.
They'll write it down. Yeah, so. Now, Chris, what is he doing for you for your birthday today? Is this it? Because if this is it, you got screwed. Trust me.
We're getting takeout.
We're
You're
getting
getting-
awesome.
With as good as you cook, you're getting takeout?
Oh.
Seriously?
Dishes tonight. All I do is
Yeah,
cooking.
we're gonna party like there's no tomorrow.
Oh yeah, we'll probably be
Woohoo.
9:30 watching the news.
Right.
iPads.
Well, that sounds good. That sounds good. Now, California is pretty much still. Now, you guys shut down still?
They're in Hawaii.
They're in Hawaii,
they're in
Pat.
Hawaii.
You're in Hawaii. That's right. You're in Hawaii. Now, what's going on over there with the quarantine and being able to get just kind of supplies and stuff? How's that been?
It's kind of the same as it's been everywhere else. That the social distancing thing, and wearing masks when you go into establishments. A lot of places are reopening. It's an experimental stage, I think, for this thing. It's not working out so good some places, and then other places are doing all right. So time will tell. We're going to be, personally speaking, I'm moving slow. I'm not going to jump out there and.
We don't have very many cases
sick.
here, and that's because the travel is kind of limited. They have a 14-day quarantine on anyone who flies in here right now.
No kidding.
Catch people at the beach, and people put their stuff on Facebook and Instagram, and cops will find them and they send them.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
I'm hoping that they lift it because I really want to take Chris there at the end of this year for his birthday. So I'm hoping by, November, December, it's safe to travel and we can come out there. That's my goal for this year.
But right now it's pretty slow here. I mean, there's only like inter-island flights. There aren't really. I think there's one red eye from the mainland a day, and we don't have hardly any tourists. I have to say, it's kind of
nice, right?
20,000 rental cars parked at the airport in the grass.
Mm.
Seeing
Oh.
crazy. Just seeing this. Just we didn't realize there's that many cars on the road here every day.
Sea of rental cars.
It's nuts. And then we can get it. We get everything. Our stores. Pretty much. I know there was no toilet paper for a while, but I've been known to hoard toilet paper anyway.
Yeah, I when the toilet paper things started, I was like, everybody's like, oh man, that's terrible. And I all of a sudden realized I had like 96 rolls of toilet paper in the house. I don't know why. I don't have intestinal problems. I just had a lot of toilet paper. I was like,
mountain money.
So, Pat, how long have you been making that gumbo that you cooked for us? Have you had that recipe for a long time, or is it something that you've just developed over time?
It's been a long time, actually. I've been making it for 20 years at least.
We would go to New Orleans a lot.
It's changed.
Yeah.
I've changed, the rest, it has changed.
It's evolved.
Yeah. You try somebody's gumbo and you go, wow, what was that? And, cooks are pretty open, they'll share some secrets, but anyway, you find things out. And then I just experimented a lot. I used to buy the herbs in New Orleans.
Oh, okay.
Anywhere else to get them. And one day after Katrina, they quit selling these herb packages that I was buying. And I looked on the package and it listed the ingredients. So I thought, well, I'm just going to try all these ingredients in equal portions. And sure enough, it was perfect.
Well, I personally love gumbo, and I am going to follow your recipe. However, I think I might go a little heavier on the andouille and maybe throw in some shrimp. I'm not sure.
Yep. We do that. We make seafood gumbo as well once in a while.
I like the shrimp.
Shrimp really.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
I've only had gumbo one time, so I'm really excited to try it.
Yeah, and
I'm going to try to
gumbo.
find a flavor of twisted tea to put in it.
Well, we're going to, just to let everybody know, that recipe is going to be up on the Cycle Source website under Bike Night Live, and as soon as we get back here, we're gonna roll that complete segment again.
So it was so much fun, and your grandson is a gem.
Oh my gosh,
he
he's
is
so cute.
Beautiful.
You should see the other two. Oh my God.
Oh, the twins.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
I
yeah.
Google them every time you post.
Every
a picture.
time you post pictures, we are all over it.
They're like puppies right now. I go over there and they see me and they come crawling. One of them's really fast. We have like baby races, They just crawl all over me,
It
so
makes you
awesome.
feel good. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Being a grandma's the best.
And of being, right, because we're never home this long, we're usually on the road all summer, but the silver lining for us has been able to be home with these babies and get to know them and they get to know us, and it's really been
It sounds like it's been a blessing in
Yes.
disguise for a lot of people, actually. I
Yeah.
know it's been hard for a lot of people out there that have not been able to work and are struggling, but for a lot of people like you, it's definitely been a blessing in disguise, I think. So it's great that you're taking advantage
It
of
reminded a bunch of us how precious this time is,
Yes.
our life. Like, we get so blind with hurry, and man, kids are growing up and beards are getting longer and whiter, and poof.
It reminded us a lot of stuff about our spouses too, and it makes us really excited about being able to go other places with other people.
I'm sure Tracy is so excited to leave the house.
Yeah, Tracy. I know my old lady. Tracy wants out, man. She said, "I got it." She
people asked me
said,
what I did for my birthday. I went to the grocery store today and I was like, yeah, I'm going out to the store.
"Yeah,
I
right?
totally understand. And honey, I love you. Chris and I work together and live together 24/7. We travel together all the time, obviously, because of our work.
Now wait,
There are times that I will throw eggs away just so I can go to the store.
I have control of your mute button down here, right?
Yeah, Tracy works from home, and my shop's 300 feet behind the house. And we see each other all the time. She said, "I'm taking a couple extra days around the 4th of July." And I said, "Oh, that's nice. What do you want to do?" She said, "I'm thinking about flying to Alaska." and I said, "Oh, that'll be fun." And she said, "It will be. I'm thinking about me going to Alaska." So I know she's ready to get away from me. It's time. It's time. But guys, I know that you're celebrating birthday, and we thank you so much for being with us, though. And Chris, do you think we can finish up the rest of this gumbo?
I believe so, but I just want to say thank you too. You guys took the time to do this stuff for us, man, and you're always such good friends to us. Thank you so very much.
Anytime. Thanks, you guys.
We are so
You guys are
grateful to have
awesome.
you guys on.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you so much. And now you've made me Kate Essie's hero. I'm Kate Essie's hero, so I can live to fight another day now. So
That's
thank you.
Okay, well, I think I got the echo on this fixed, but you guys let us know. I'm not ashamed to ask for help, so we're gonna roll this.
Everybody, Pat Simmons, make some gumbo this afternoon. People have been asking me about and kind of one of the things I love to make. I love New Orleans and the whole culture, but gumbo is a huge part of that. I'll show you how I do it. I got my own recipe, but I've been eating it for years in New Orleans, and I've taken a little bit of everybody's recipe and I come up with version. First of all, one of the most important things in gumbo is you got to make a roux. All roux is butter and flour. So I take flour and I'll probably use a cube of butter. And the flour I just put in and I keep thickening it until I reach a point where it's kind of how I like it. I would say 4 or 5 tablespoons for me. I'm making 11 quarts. So it's a lot of soup. Okay, so here's all the ingredients anyway. I like to do everything organic. I really feel like I can since I'm making it. Right, Gumby? So I start out. I make my roux, and then I pour in some broth. So I'm using today I'm using chicken broth, bone broth. You can use vegetable broth if you want to. I'm using chicken broth. I like the little bit of tomato flavoring my gumbo. So I use a string tomatoes, crushed tomatoes. Onions. I use 3 of them. A pepper. You can use a green pepper. We got an orange pepper today. They kind of taste the same. A sweet kind of a pepper. I love that. Celery. A lot of celery. I like that. And sausage is one of the meats I love to use. I've got chicken apple sausage that I'm going to use here. Organic. I also use Italian sausage. Gives it another taste that I think is really great. And you gotta have andouille sausage. It's kind of spicy. Kind of use fresh okra today. Island grown fresh okra. I think that's gonna be really great. It's a part of the traditional recipe.
It seems like we're still having an audio issue with that file. So I'm gonna cut off of that because I don't want to ruin it.
Yeah, maybe we can do it again next week or something.
Yeah, I'm really, really sorry. I don't know what's happened with that. I got the show loaded earlier today, and I apologize for that.
It reminded me of Lou Gehrig's speech, though, so it was very moving. Today, I feel that I'm the luckiest man. You remember that?
I do remember.
Chris is having none of me. He's like, it's not funny, Pat. It's not funny. Billy, you remember that though?
Pink Floyd album or something like that.
Oh, Pink Floyd, very Pink Floyd.
But when I was listening to him, because it was echoing, whenever he said he would put an onion in, I put like 5 of them in there. And he's like, I had some sausage and I had like 5 more times sausage because I'm like, it's echoing. So
I know I had to go get 2 more pots.
You guys are killing me tonight.
Like,
you guys are killing me. Let me bring the girls back on because maybe at least they'll stick up for me.
So Chris, you guys have no idea what Chris goes through down there in the studio. He does need an extra person down there. Usually it's one of us, but we're up here. So kudos to him. But I am going to post that video independently later tonight, and I'll actually throw it on the website because it is a phenomenal recipe. And Pat's just a super great guy, and he's really funny throughout the video.
Is hilarious.
So we'll get that up for you after the show. I urge you to try it, and we're gonna have a gumbo party in Sturgis.
What was Billy saying? What's up, Billy?
Well, she said Pat is such a great guy, and I just want to clarify for the audience.
Pat Simmons.
Pat Simmons.
Absolutely. I was going to clarify, so thank you, Billy. Hey, Billy, you know what this is? It's a flock of these. Okay, so there you go. There you have it.
I need to remember that because I don't do that, but that will work for me.
You can do a flock of them. My mother did that
do a flock.
I was about 16. And then I said, Mom, why do you always do that? And she said, it's a flock of these. And I was like, oh, you're terrible, Mom. That's what my mom did. Since I was a baby.
Right this minute, I actually love you.
See, look at that.
You better write that down, Pat.
Even a blind sow can find an acorn in the mud every once in a while. Hey, listen, do you think Shorty Kirshner has actually gotten on his phone and has it tilted a direction.
Can we sing the song? What is it?
Well,
Shorty, get down.
I'm trying to get him on and ask him to unmute. We'll see how that goes.
All right.
So while Chris does that, I want to explain to the people that are watching that while, yes, we here in studio have a ton of technology, the people that we bring in are just the average people with their cell phones coming in to show us, to share their bike and their love of motorcycles with us. So we can only control part of the technology
On that end.
on the guest's end. That's up to them.
Hello.
Oh,
There's
hey,
Shorty.
there's Shorty.
Oh, Shorty, what's up, buddy?
They've come to me twice, but hello.
We can hear you.
We can hear you. Can you hear us?
Oh my God.
I was trying to hold them off.
So, back to the technology thing.
Yeah, there we go.
It is
Shorty,
a little
you
bit
still
of a
with us?
learning curve because you have to know how to use Zoom and flip your phone. So, some people get it. It's a little more difficult for some.
Are
for
you
others.
watching them, guy? Yeah. They're on me now, but I can't hear nothing.
We can hear you. That sounds like Dennis.
Yeah.
They
Is
keep
that Dennis
switching over to
Stauber?
me, but I can't hear a fucking thing.
Oh,
Is that
we heard the
We
F
heard
bomb.
that.
Hey.
Yeah, we're here, buddy.
Okay, right now I'll take either Shorty or Dennis. Can I?
Okay, let's see who we got.
Can anybody hear?
I think Shorty's with us. Shorty, are you there?
That's
I'm in
Dennis.
here, but I don't know if I'm having Wi-Fi connection problems or what, because it keeps kicking in and out.
All right. Well, you're real dark, so.
Yeah, because I'm sitting outside.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Well, man, where are you coming? Where are you coming to Bike Night from? Where are you at?
I'm in Frederick, Maryland.
Frederick, Maryland. What's that near?
Gettysburg.
All right, cool. I knew I'd seen that. Yeah, okay. That's
Do they see you?
oh shit, there she is. No, I was trying to think. Isn't there a bike event? Oh,
Gettysburg
That's
Bike
right.
Week. Unfortunately, it was canceled for 2020. It will be back in 2021.
I was pulling that.
Yeah, somebody's trying to put it on the following weekend. Somebody's trying to put it on.
Well, that's a different event. That is not Gettysburg Bike Week. That
Yeah,
is
by no means it's not. Yes.
no, it's somebody kind of pirating, for lack of a better term, the event in an undisclosed location.
Yeah,
Just as normal in the motorcycle industry, R&D is rip off and duplicate.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Chris doesn't know anything about that.
Today. There we go.
Well, buddy, what have you got there? What you got? What kind of bikes you got to show us tonight?
Well, believe it or not, I only have my old Rosie, the red heifer.
Hey, we'll take Rosie. That's it.
Yeah, and I don't know if I can get this thing to turn around.
You can just turn your phone around.
Do it that
when
way.
you're at it.
Yeah, turn your.
Yeah, I'll just turn the phone around. How about that?
There you go.
There we go.
I know where you
Can
got
you see
her.
the old?
Point
Can you
it-
see the old girl?
Point it down just a little bit.
Okay.
There you go.
There
Perfect.
we go. Look at that.
Yeah.
So,
Now, what is Rosie? Tell me about Rosie.
Shorty has a comeback story, and that's what he was excited to tell us about tonight.
Yeah, this is my pride and joy, man. It's I went down and had a bad accident a year ago. I had a truck follow me and crush my hand, which basically ended my riding. And I ride every day. And I mean, this bike's got 175,000 miles on it with nothing but a set of pistons in it.
Wow.
And I finally, slowly but surely, started regaining the use of my hand and stuff like that. But at this point in time, what I've ended up doing, I'm going to end up, I got it just kind of misconstrued and thrown together at this time. I don't know if I can get a quick shot of it or not here. This is kind of where I'm at. And that's 3 days of something thrown together with a foot clutch and a hand jammer so I can actually ride again.
Wow.
That's
Good for you.
Which hand was it? So it was your left hand that got hurt?
Yes, it got crushed and broken in 3 places.
Okay. Wow. And
Yeah,
so-
so it pretty much put a damper on all my spirits. You know, I mean,
I bet.
yeah.
I
And so,
love this. But now, when do you think you're going to have that thing back up and able to be riding again?
believe it or not, I started riding this week.
That is awesome.
Hallelujah. Good for you, Shorty. That's awesome.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah,
And you just picked up a gig in a shop too, didn't you?
Excuse me?
You just picked up a new gig in a shop out there, right?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I'm working.
Congratulations.
I'm the new old guy. Yeah, I've been doing this since 1984, man.
Nice.
Yeah, I've been building. I've worked with the best in the industry. I've taught and learned from the best in the industry. You know, I got my start at Zippers Performance.
Oh, right on. We love Danny over there. He's
can't do any better than Zippers, man.
Well, I went from Zippers. They were just motors and transmissions, and I got in with Rick Dawson and a few other guys, and got into the custom bike thing and opened my own business. I had my own business here in Frederick, and it was Shorty's Motorcycle Construction Company. I had that for a while, and then I got a gig to go on board with Eddie Trotta, and
Nice.
I did welding and fabrication work for Eddie Trotta along with doing these motors, and then I went on to Borgette's of South Florida, worked for them for a while. And so if it's out there, I've worked on it, trust me.
Man, you really did get around the industry there, man. And those are some pretty heavy hitting names, you know.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, you know your stuff. So I was going to ask you if you needed help figuring out how to get your foot clutch going and that, but it sounds like you probably got that covered. It sounds like you probably.
Well, right now I just, this is a prototype so I can get going. I'm going to sit down after I get back from a well-earned vacation, and I'm going to sit down and do some serious modification and sit here and work out a way to get me a rocker clutch so it can be a little bit more comfortable, because right now it's a cable system, and when it's cold, it's either in or out. So it's kind of a neck snapping experience at this point.
Now, is there not a recluse clutch that's available for that?
I'm not sure for an 80.
Clutch?
Yeah, I think there is, but I'm not sure if there's one for an 85.
Yeah, the centrifugal clutches I've seen a lot of guys go to when they, when they just are starting to lose that strength in their clutch hand. And
right.
Yeah. So, but you're back up and riding, man. That's just so exciting. That's a great.
Man, you wouldn't believe, the first time I went out for a ride, it was so exhilarating. For a man that rides every day, I'm not, Mother Nature's not getting any cherries here. And I ride every day. When I was down south and I worked for New Orleans Harley Davidson for 4 years and kind of got into a gig working with Mobile. And I was driving back and forth 320 miles a day, buddy.
Man, what a life though. That's great. I mean, you've lived it, man. That's kind of a journeyman Harley mechanic and builder. That's awesome.
Like I say, you could pretty much name a motorcycle, and I probably worked on them. Everything from Wild West to Iron Horse to, I was not to pat myself on the back, but the number 3 big dog tech on the East Coast, so I know my ins and outs of them. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, so all their little picadillos, man. Some of those things had built-in time bombs in them. A lot of those bikes.
Yeah.
I did that circuit too with Iron Horse and Swift and Big Bear choppers and big talk. I was like, man.
My meeting with the president of Iron Horse wasn't too well because I was buried in the back end of one, and he was kind of trying to talk to me, and he had just taken over the company, and I said, dude, you just jumped into a barrel full of shit. There's no other way to put it. So our conversation didn't go very far.
Yeah, I mean, he probably knew he didn't want anybody to remind him. Now, I did see on Rosie when you were walking around her, show me some of those stickers that you got on that windshield. What are those? I had a bike. I took a bike down, and who was it? I can't even remember who started. I think it was Dennis Menino and Brad Menino from Deep South Choppers from Baton Rouge back in the day. They started by putting their sticker in the middle of my windshield when I parked my bike down in Daytona. And by the end of the week, everybody thought it was funny. The whole bike, my entire bike, you couldn't see paint. You couldn't see the windshield. I had to scrape some off so I could save it. Looks like you've done this yourself. What have you got on there?
Well, I got my Marine Corps, and my big brain hydrographics, my 413 for Rincon, Puerto Rico, my Fathead cycles where I'm currently at. And of course, the BMRs, the not so good places to go, man. I don't know why I ever went, you know.
You got that STP sticker on there. I love that.
Yes, indeed. I got them all, you know.
Well, man, that's great, and I am so excited that you're getting to ride again. So now, what's your big bike night up there? Is it going yet?
Believe it or not, there's nobody here that does anything.
Really?
The Harley dealer was doing one, and they were doing it one day a month, and that's not a bike night to me. So I guess if we're going to have one around here, it's going to end up having to be me to go start around and proposing this to some local businesses and stuff, because it just like it's kind of hard to say what's really going on in this area, but it's like everybody's self-centered on themselves and it's not progressing to where everybody needs to get together again, you know, and that's what this is all about, you know, is everybody getting together, enjoying a good time, looking at bikes, you know. So, absolutely. Like I say, I guess it's going to be me out here beating feet after I get back from this vacation thing, and see if I can't get somebody involved and that's willing to do something once a week, not once a month, because that's not a bike night. You know.
Yeah, Chris.
Jordy, if you get a bike night going, if you can manage to get a bike night going out where you're at, maybe we'll come to you and we'll do Bike Night live from there.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
Cool.
I love
Chris,
Gettysburg. I love that area.
Little shops, you know, that have gone away. You know, those really were the fuel for the community to keep kind of the lifestyle together. And when it, unfortunately, in a lot of places, when it falls on a dealership to do it, they're just not interested in supporting that kind of stuff. You know, it's
right.
It doesn't fit into their bottom line. You know.
When I was in New Orleans, there was one place called the Pit Stop that did theirs on Wednesday night, and this little guy decided over in Harahan that he was going to start a bike night, and he started it out of I'd say a 20 by 60 shed, and that's where he opened his bar up. And on Wednesday night, he competed with the Pit Stop. Started out, a couple dozen bikes. By the time I left New Orleans Harley Davidson, there was over 1,000 bikes every week at this bike night. It was phenomenal.
Well, maybe you just need to find a lot that's fenced in, go buy a bunch of cases of beer and some hot dogs, charge everybody that comes in $20, as much as they can drink, and you just have your own private bike night so the police don't bother you. There you go. Everybody just spend the night. So, well, Shorty, it's good to see you. I want you to come back and tell us more about the stories when you get to the bike fully worked out. I want to get a good look at that. Maybe so stay in touch with me, because I want to see how you set it up so that you can ride. I've been working with a couple of guys here in Iowa that have lost their throttle hand. You know, they can't. One guy's got a claw, and the other guy doesn't have anything. So I've been working on a left-hand throttle, and I was surprised that nobody makes anything for that either. You know, you really have to use it.
Have you tried Russell? Exile Cycle clutch.
The internal clutch. Well, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. I'm working at putting those in there and figuring those out for guys. You know, it's hard with I keep telling them they're going to have to start riding bikes like I ride, the older ones. They're going to have to go get Evos without the throttle by wire and shit all over. I said, dude, you're going to have to have a cable. I can't do this any other way.
Yeah, and I used to do bikes for handicapped guys too. You know, guys I put proportioning valves on for guys that only had like 2 or 3 fingers on the right hand, And just to make, you got to make them. If they got the will to ride, I got the will to make it happen for them. You know what I mean?
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, Shorty, thanks for being with us, man. I'm glad you got the technology stuff down. I'm sorry that I couldn't help you earlier, but I'm terrible. Chris knows. I mean, there's some weeks where I have to do the show on my phone because I can't figure my computer out. And Chris, so I can't believe Chris is involved in pulling his hair out. So, but thanks for being with us. Don't go anywhere because we're gonna have everybody up here in a little bit. But thanks for being with us. Appreciate it.
No problem. No problem. It's my
I got a note a little earlier today. It's not even on. They send me this run a show here, and it wasn't on there. So Missy sent me a text. So I don't know that Chris and Heather are aware of this, but it's apparently between you and Dennis, I have to ask the question: what's in Missy's box? Missy, what's in your box?
Oh, I'm like, what the hell? Like, this show totally took a different turn for me.
Hey, I didn't send me the text, okay? I mean, I got it. What's in Missy's box?
They're asking what's in Missy's box.
Oh.
So
it was this.
You sent me a text. Okay, there. It was that. Okay, what's in Missy's box? So you take it away, Missy, because I don't know what's in. I don't even know how you got that in the box.
Okay, so listen, I'm still trying to work on the soundboard down here. You guys tell me what's up with this.
It's beautiful. So this is a custom sissy bar bag made specifically for my bike.
For the middle.
This will go on the sissy bar. And it also...
So why don't we, can we just
be
cut back to
Missy?
Missy
And I am so excited to be doing them out of the box.
Okay,
so this package arrived for me today.
I got this
and
bag.
It is from Amy Keene.
Especially made just for me.
Leather Me.
Or actually
and
just for my bike.
I think it's my bag.
You and 500
I've been
other
working
people.
so hard on this. And I'm super excited to see it.
So it's a sissy bar bag. I sent her the measurements for my sissy bar. And
got a
she
cute
made
little
this. She
sticker.
sent a mock-up. It came from Amy Keene from Leatherme. And you can find her on Instagram at Leatherme_customs, I think is what it was. I'm sorry. But
the video will be up later. Heather will post the video up later.
So this is all handmade, again, to Missy's specs for her sissy bar.
It's very good quality leather.
It also converts into a backpack, and Amy makes them herself.
Yeah.
Patrick, you look
nice.
great. I see that.
I know. Well, you said leather, and
Yeah.
I did this.
Actually, you have very nice skin, Pat. You
Well, thank
take
you.
very good care of yours.
My uncle and I were riding one year. We were going to the 100th, and we stopped in Lake Geneva, and this old lady, and I say that because she was mean. She was old too. She looked like she was like 400. But anyway, she walked up to me. Now, I'd been riding from Georgia. We'd gone to Memphis. I've been drinking and partying for probably a week and a half. We get to Lake Geneva. And I'm sunburnt, and she reaches in her purse and she looks at me and she says, "Oh my God, you look like my husband used to. Your face looks like a catcher's mitt." And she gave me a bottle of oil of Olay to put on my face. And so I didn't use it. It was just very offensive. But now every time I look at myself, I feel like that lady. I always hear that lady's voice. "Oh my God, you look like a catcher's mitt." So that was,
I love it.
So
anyway,
so now we know what's in Missy's box. So that's good.
What's
That's
in
going to be a
Missy's-
new segment. Every week, Missy's going to have to buy something and order it. Look at that. Okay.
So this was actually the prototype for this product for Amy, and she did an outstanding job.
And after this, she made a beautiful backpack. You guys need to look her up on Instagram or Facebook. She's got a Facebook page.
Again, it's Leathamy, Leathamy, and Amy Keene. She's part of her husband's shop, BK Built. So
BK Built.
make sure you check them out. They're super good people, grassroots, just kind of like us. And
That's amazing, and I love it.
So I'm not sure if Dennis is with us. I see a message up here that he's having a connection problem.
Yeah, he had said something about
but
that.
I think he's watching, and I need to tell him this. He called in this week and ordered a subscription. He watches this show and all of our shows.
Hi, can you guys hear me?
We can
hear
hear
us.
We can hear you.
Wow. Hey, can you guys hear me on the live thing on your phones? Because I got these earplugs in and I don't know if they can hear me.
We can hear him.
We started with.
Okay.
They went to me.
Yeah, I think
they
I'm
went
muted
away.
at this
They're having
point.
difficulties.
No, we can hear
Am I
you too,
turned off here, maybe?
Shorty.
Should I just unplug this thing for a minute?
I love it. This is awesome.
Again, technology on their end. But
I
anyway,
feel like it's on NFL Sunday. I feel like when they're wired up, and then it's like
yeah.
man and going to the water kid saying you didn't put anything in that cup, did you?
Right. So I'm going to do this so he can go back and watch it. Dennis watches all of our programs. Cannonball Chronicles, Shop Talk, Cyber Swap, Bike Night Live. He's a huge fan. And he called in and got a subscription the other day, the day after, I think it was, that we actually went to print with this issue. So he wasn't going to get his first issue for like another month and a half. And he said to me, he says, I don't care waiting. He says, I'll wait 2 months if I have to. If I can get you, Chris, Missy, and Mark to autograph it for me.
Nice.
So this issue just got delivered to us. It's literally hot off the press. And we're going to sign it for him. Missy and I will sign it right now. We'll have Chris sign it and Mark sign it, and I will get it into the mail to him. And thank him for being such a great supporter of Cycle Source and all our programs as we have growing pains. You know, it's pretty cool.
Well, we'll get Dennis back on here another day. Let's have him back. We'll figure out the technology. He'll figure it out, and then we can get him back here, and we'll give him another shot.
Their little message said he's going to do another burnout if you want to go to his camera. So even though he can't hear.
Hey, every bike night needs a burnout.
The problem is we can't see his camera either.
Okay, then.
All right. Well, it sounds like this. Like that.
So again, just a reminder, we're doing our best here. Our guests, we just want, they don't have to be builders. They don't have to be professionals. It's just, somebody who loves motorcycles, and not everybody knows how to use technology as well as some others. So those are some of the uphill battles that we're dealing with, and we appreciate everybody's patience.
Yeah, look at me. Today, Crystal, I had to go get some new headphones. And so the only ones I could find that plug in, because they're all wireless, and that doesn't work, Chris.
I know you have a little antenna.
I know I look like and I can't because I look in the camera. That's how fucked up I am.
So we just need to paint them. You can be like Buzz Lightyear.
I want to touch the antenna because I'm looking at the screen, but it's on this side. It's like looking in a mirror. It's horrible. But this thing is a microphone. The only headset I could find in all of Iowa that plugs into my Yeti microphone, which is supposed to be a cooler. I don't know. They call this microphone a Yeti, but it's not, because you can't put a beer in it. But it's a gamer. So I could learn how to play video games now and use this, because that's the gamer. But I got like an antenna. I feel like
I kind of feel like I should apologize to everybody tonight, because there's some connection issues and stuff, but the echo that's been going on, there's obviously something going wrong in the computer, and we're going to have to tear this thing down and investigate what's happening here. I apologize for everybody. We normally have way more control of the show. We have
the best people watching us. Bug Killer HQ is the best. Lisa Landers, you guys are kicking ass. Don't sweat it. Thank you so much for your patience with all of this. And thank you for coming here and hanging out with us every week.
We so love you guys.
Absolutely. And we thank our guests for being with us, man. Thank you, Shorty. What a great story. Johnny, your bikes are killing it, man. I just love those things. Keep up the good work, guys. And I tell you what, folks, we're going to be back next Thursday. But, hey, there's a lot of stuff happening between now and then. The big show comes on Sunday. If you get on that one, man, you've made it to the mountaintop, man. That's the deal. So you got to join these guys for Shop Talk on Sunday night. But then the Cannonball Chronicles next Wednesday, and Cyber Swap Meet on Sunday mornings. I try to catch that. I'm volunteering on Sunday mornings, but I keep my phone down. Nobody thinks I'm paying attention, because I'm not, because I'm looking for parts.
Real quick,
good stuff.
I want to remind you, if you know how to use your phone and are familiar with apps, all you have to do is go to cyclesource.com, click Bike Night Live, fill out the form, and you can join us. Again, just know how to use your phone. Yeah, you can join us for Bike Night Live. You can join us for Cyber Swap. And It's that easy.
It's super easy. And we have a lot of fun. And even on nights like this where things kind of go crazy, like
we'll post Missy's personal cell phone number. And if you need help with technology,
if you want to know what's in her box,
you can just call her and she'll walk you through your phone and stuff, and we'll see. It'll be like a test, and then you can feel out.
I offer to do that for everyone that we have on the show. I do offer to do a test Zoom meeting.
Yes.
And so, like, you know,
that may be mandatory from now on.
From now on.
Absolutely.
Hey, I called Chris at 4:30 today. And said,
we're so proud of you, Pat.
But this Sunday on Shop Talk, we have a great show coming up. We have the legendary Michael Lichter, who's going to be doing almost a 45-minute segment of what's 1,000 words. So he's going to be choosing some pictures from his long 40-year career, 40-plus year career. And he's going to be telling us the stories that go along with those pictures and then opening it up for discussion. And then we're going to round out the 90 to 120 minutes with some of his invited builders for his heavy metal show in Motorcycles is Art this year. So this Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, be sure to check out Shop Talk. Michael is a great human being, an incredible photographer with some outstanding stories.
Chris is saying we got to end this show. Something's bad's happening with the computer. So, thanks everybody for being with us. Be back with us. Join us for everything. We love you so much. Bike Night Live. Awesome. Thank you for our guests. Thanks for the music, Jake. We'll see you guys next week.